Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you humorous horror hounds, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a fantastic horror comedy lined up for us. It is Jacques Tourneur's 1963, just absolutely amazing classic. It is The Comedy of Terrors, and this one is all kinds of fun and just really entertaining, so let's get into this one. Here is The Comedy of Terrors. The Comedy of Terrors is a hilarious dark comedy horror flick directed by the legendary French filmmaker Jacques Tourneur, with a screenplay by the always iconic Richard Matheson. Filled with tremendous atmosphere and a wild, rampant tongue-in-cheek humor throughout, the production impresses with its illustrious cast and side-splitting sequences that showcase some masterful comedic timing and a non-stop series of hilarious set pieces that border on comedy perfection. Mean-spirited, highly jovial, and ridiculously entertaining, The Comedy of Terrors is a comedy masterpiece that absolutely engages from beginning to end. The film follows a rough-around-the-edges charlatan named Waldo Trumbull, an opportunistic deadbeat undertaker who murders individuals at night in order to charge the recently deceased family members for their funeral the next day. After receiving a most deadly threat from his landlord, Mr. Black, for being 3 months behind on his rent, Waldo decides to pick Mr. Black as his next victim, and eventually client. But after Waldo and his assistant Felix continuously fail to keep Mr. Black 6 feet under, will they ever be able to keep the funeral parlor and the dying business afloat? Going down in history as one of the most impressive casts to ever grace the silver screen, the lineup is absolutely to die for, with legendary thespians and acclaimed performers around every corner, all giving award-winning performances that will have your side splitting from laughter and your jaw dropping from mesmerizing pratfall set pieces. Never has a cast gelled so nicely together, and the chemistry on screen is on a whole nother level of cinematic magic that's like capturing lightning in a bottle. The praiseworthy performers and ghastly ghouls of this morbid comedy gem are Vincent Price as Waldo Trumbull, a scrupulous alcoholic entrepreneur who's as heartless as they come and a complete dickhead. Peter Lorre as Felix Gilly, Waldo's creepy body-snatching assistant and accident-prone nincompoop. Basil Rathbone as Mr. John F. Black, a no-nonsense landlord who absolutely refuses to stay dead. Boris Karloff as Amos Hinchley, a deaf-as-a-doornail undertaker and dementia-riddled funeral director. And finally, Jost Jameson as Amaryllis Trumbull, Waldo's extremely unhappy wife and excruciatingly high-pitched opera-singing dreamer. Talk about a stupendous cast. The lineup of The Comedy of Terrors is a horror cinema lover's wet dream, and the way in which each actor and actress riff off of each other is a thing of beauty, and one of the most enjoyable aspects of this cult classic gothic comedy gem. Aside from the miraculous cast and enthralling acting, the film also has a very lush and visual style to it, with phenomenal locations and fabulous sets, all shot beautifully by the always visual marvel Jacques Tourneur. The combination of slapstick comedy set against beautifully crafted sets and locations is a real eye-opener, and one you truly have to appreciate for all the hard work and planning that went into making this cinematic spectacle the wild ride that it is. Darkly presented and perfectly executed, the sequences within this film are like a runaway roller coaster, with one outrageous event spilling onto the next in a cacophony of hilarious comedic moments that just keep on coming, scene after scene. It's almost an exhausting experience by the film's end, but one that is so rewarding to see all play out. If you're a lover of Vincent Price, an appreciator of Peter Lorre, a sycophant for Boris Karloff, or an admirer of Basil Rathbone, then you owe it to yourself to see all of these wonderful cinematic legends riff off of each other with the greatest of ease. It's a masterclass of comedy that should not be missed. It's got the style and grace of classic horror productions mixed with a wham bam thank you ma'am comedic approach that really hits the sweet spot of truly engaging gems. In the end, The Comedy of Terrors is an unabashed movie miracle of horror comedy greatness, and one hell of a fantastic masterpiece. And there you have it, you silly shits. That is the fun and ultimately entertaining and tremendously hilarious The Comedy of Terrors. Just really awesome. Watched it for the first time this year, and I was blown away by how amazing the film really is. Total classic, totally fun, and just really a masterpiece. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.